What's happening, guys? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to the vlog. So a couple of weeks ago, I put out a post on Instagram asking you guys what it is in life that is holding you back from doing the things that you want to do or pursuing the dreams that you want to pursue. And so today's video is going to be about that. I'm going to go through the answers that you guys gave me and talk a little bit and give you my insight. So the first person responded, the thing that is holding them back in life is a lease. A lease, I'm assuming an apartment lease, which is thankfully not something that you are bound to by life. A lease is short term, and most of your goals and the things that you want out of life should be long term. You should think big picture. So to that person, I would say expand the way that you're thinking. Don't think short term. Your lease is only temporary. Start planning for what happens after you can get out of that lease. Write your goals down, write your ideas down, and bring them to fruition when that lease is actually expired. Next one, what is holding you back in life? Fear. This is such a common answer. A lot of people have fear in their lives, fear from doing anything, and I'll tell you right now, the fear is a good thing. It's good that we have fear. That means that you should act on it. Anything that is scary in life, anything that terrifies you, that means there's a risk involved. And risks oftentimes are opportunities just disguised as a fear. So it's really important for you to recognize when a fear has come about and how you can get over that fear. Depending on what it is exactly that fear means to you, it is really important to understand that fear is actually a good thing, because on the opposite end of fear is where the excitement comes from. What I suggest you do is find a way to get past that fear. We have all been scared or living in a state of fear at some point in our lives. It is completely normal and it's a healthy thing. So as soon as you recognize that as something that is healthy, you can change the way that your mind thinks about fear. Anytime that I run into fear, I try to act on it. I try to do exactly what is making me scared. Once you get to the other end of that fear, there's opportunity and excitement. So I strongly suggest you find a way to break through that mental roadblock, the fear that is holding you back. Next person says responsibility. Everybody has responsibilities. They are all packaged differently. We all have different responsibilities. Responsibilities will never go away in life, but they're good. Responsibilities keep you grounded. It's okay to have responsibilities. You want to be responsible. If you didn't have responsibilities, you wouldn't really feel like you had much self-worth, because a lot of responsibilities mean that you need to take care of those things in order to succeed at the things that you want to succeed in and become the person that you want to become. Figure out the most productive way to take care of your responsibilities, and then find more time to do the other things that you want to do aside from those responsibilities. The thing that people don't really realize is there is more time in the day than we allow ourselves to have. We all wake up in the mornings, we have our routines, and then we go to work. We grind all day at work, then we come home and we're just exhausted. You need to really find a way to make more time for yourself, more time for the things that you love to do, more time for your passion, even if it's just on the weekends. I pretty much get all of my filming done on the weekends because that is my time for me, and I spend that time doing the things that I want to do. I put that before anything. And yes, some of us have families and some of us have other commitments, but there's always time. The people who tell you there's no time, I have no time, they have already tricked themselves. They've already tricked themselves and given themselves so many excuses in life. They're not going to be able to break through that barrier unless they find a way to convince themselves that they do have time and they are able to pursue the things that they want to pursue in life. I have multiple people saying time on here. We all have more time than we think. People will ask me, do I want to go out to dinner? Do I want to hang out? Do I want to go out for drinks? I usually tell them no, because the next morning I am up really, really early making content, filming videos. There's always a time for socializing. I still go to car shows. I still do see my friends. I still do make time for lunch, but I write those things down and I make specific blocks of time that I can fit those people into my life or those activities into my life. But I always make sure that the things that I'm working on, my passions, my hobbies, my dreams, YouTube videos, content, filming, cars, those come first. So I always make sure that those are at the top, and as long as you are completely honest with people about that and upfront that, look, I can't do this, that, or the other thing because I am pursuing these dreams, these hobbies, and in X and X amount of years I want to be at a certain level, nobody will fault you for that. And if they do fault you for that, they're not the person you want to be spending your time with anyways. So it's really important to take some of your hobbies, your dreams, your passions, and put them into perspective, put them into check, and make sure that those are priority for you. And some of the other things that maybe aren't as important, put those off to the side. There's always time. There's always time. I used to think that I didn't have time. And then I realized that all I had to do was to make time. There's always time. All right, so the next one, what is holding you back in life? Money. Someone says money. A few people said money. The interesting thing about money is that we hold money accountable for everything or a lot of things in life. I can't do this, that, or the other thing because of money. There are so many things that you can do without money. You can make videos without money. Maybe you can't modify a car as fast as I can modify a car, but you can still do a lot of things without money. It's called being creative. So think outside of the box. Don't think about everything that has to do with money. Everything does not revolve around money, and money will never ever make you happy. If you are the type of person that thinks, if I just had X and X amount of dollars, I'd be happy, you will never be happy because you are not living in the present. You are thinking about something in the future that will then make you happy when you get there. But guess what happens when you get in the future and you do have that money? You will still be thinking about the future. You won't be in the present and enjoying who you are at that point. For me personally, I don't have all the money in the world, but I'm building my wealth slowly, and I enjoy the journey more than the actual end goal. I enjoy the fight. I enjoy the slaying the dragon, if you will, of building something to a point. I think it'll be monumental. But I strongly think that people put a barricade or a halt on themselves because they think that money is going to solve everything. Money doesn't solve anything, ever. Just because you can buy things does not make you a happy person. So remove money from your head and find a way to spend more time on your passions and hobbies. And I can pretty much guarantee you at some point, those passion and hobbies, if you really go all in, they will at some point reward you with more financial freedom down the road. But you have to be patient. You have to be so patient. And the problem is a lot of people just do not have the patience that it takes to go 10 years, 11, 15 years until they see actual gains or success. So you have to have the long-term goal in mind. So this person says the one thing that is holding them back in their lives is themselves. It says myself. So this tells me that you need to do a lot of self-work. You need to work on yourself. What I personally like to do is spend a lot of time doing the things that I love. As much time as I humanly possibly can, I spend it doing what I love. Making videos for you guys, working on my cars, going to car shows. Those are the things that I love, and that's what gives back to my happiness. So anytime that you say that myself is the reason that you cannot move forward, maybe it's a self-confidence issue, maybe you just don't feel like you are who you're supposed to be, give yourself time and really dive into the things that you love. And I promise you, you will break through a barrier where you're going to be able to move forward, even though you feel like maybe you can't right now. In the future, it will pay off. Another person says Facebook. Facebook is the thing that's holding them back in life. I think that Facebook is a place where people just get trapped in conversations and political arguments and ranting. And the only thing that I find useful about Facebook is that there are people that I can connect with that, you know, old friends or old family from way back when that I can connect on there, but I really don't find a lot of use in Facebook. I see it to be a big time waster. When it comes to all social media apps, anything, my YouTube app or my Instagram, I always turn those off at a certain time. I always make sure to go outside and experience nature and live in the now. That is so important, man. We all have to step back from social media every now and then because it will do a number on your brain. You will start to think that you're not good enough. You will see that everyone else is doing things that you're not doing. You really need to be honest with yourself when it comes down to these things that are holding you back in life, because you need to recognize that you don't need them. Trim the fat on anything that is holding you back and focus on the things that you want to do. But don't just dabble. Go all in. You need to nerd out. You really just need to become obsessed with your passions and your hobbies, and those will give back to you. Those will make you feel better. They will bring the people that are meant to be in your life closer to you because you are actually going in on the things that you love. And people can sense that. People can really pick up on that. All right, so the next one says society judgment. I love this one. I love talking about judgment. We live in a world where everybody is going to judge you. Everybody is judged, and I guarantee you, I myself have judged other people at certain points in my life. The thing that you need to remember is that nobody cares. Nobody actually cares when they're judging you. Maybe they'll judge you for 1 minute, but 5 minutes later, they totally forgot. So all judgment comes from a place of insecurity. You think that a certain person views you a certain way. So immediately in your mind, you become insecure and you don't want to be judged by them. That is coming from you, not other people. So even if you think other people are judging you, and even if they are, it doesn't matter. Judgment does not matter. Judgment has become massive in my life since doing YouTube and making videos and content for a lot of people. It has become more and more apparent that we have a problem with everybody judging one another. The other important thing is nobody has the context about what you're doing. Nobody actually knows everything about what you're doing. They really don't know why you're making the decisions you make, or who you were and who you want to become, or what your overall goals and dreams are. They have no idea, so they have no context. So anytime someone judges you or says something that's maybe demeaning or just trying to break you down, it's probably coming from a place where they don't feel good about themselves, and they're projecting that onto you because they see you doing the things you want to do. Usually the people who are living in a state of misery, they really idolize what you're doing. They really want to be able to do the things that you want to do, but they just can't. They can't. So the only way for them to deal with that is to offload that judgment onto you. And that judgment is all introspective. That's all happening with themselves. They just don't know how to get over it. Leave judgment. Leave that. Get rid of it. Remove it from your vocabulary. When I first started vlogging, I would take my camera and I would go to very busy places because I was terrified. I had a fear, right? I had a fear of being in front of a lot of people with a camera in my face because I thought they would judge me. I would go to busy places intentionally with a camera in my face. Sometimes the camera wasn't even on. And I would just sit there and talk to the camera in front of a lot of people and act like I was saying something. Sometimes I would be saying something. Sometimes it would just be absolute gibberish and I would be saying nothing. But the point was I was putting myself in a position where I felt really uncomfortable. It's so good for us to take ourselves out of our comfort zones and go into places where we feel new, we feel uncomfortable, we feel like something could go wrong or someone could judge us. These are really, really special moments. Ever since I started YouTube, I've gotten a lot better, right? I've been doing it for a long time. I've gotten really used to it. I can go anywhere and have a camera in my face and really not even care about the world around me. What I've realized is I miss having those fresh moments when I put the camera in my face and I was nervous and I didn't know what people would think. And all that judgment, I could feel that judgment around, what do they think about me? They must think I'm crazy. They must think I'm an idiot because I'm talking to a camera. In the beginning, there was no one watching my videos, but I knew at some point there would be an audience. There would be a purpose to what I was doing. This goes back to context, right? Like they didn't have the context of what I was doing. But the judgment was coming from a place where people were looking at me like I was nuts because I had this camera in my face. I was a total alien to them. But I really just want to drive that one home for you guys. Judgment is generally coming from a place where someone is miserable. They can't deal with what's going on inside of them, so they're projecting it onto you. And it takes a lot of courage, but it is worth it. And find a way to break through that barrier where you have all these people judging you around you, you feel like you have these people judging you. It's really just insecurity in your own head. A lot of them don't care what you're doing. A lot of them could care less what you're doing. And 5 minutes later, they totally forgot about it. And would you rather be the kind of person on your deathbed that didn't do the things or pursue the things that you wanted to pursue because you were afraid of what people would think? People are gonna think regardless. They're gonna think a certain way about people or other people or things regardless of what you do. So you might as well be out there doing the stuff you want to do or you love. All right, you guys, so those are all of the answers, the things that are holding you back in life. You guys, please just find out what you want to do in life. Find out what makes you tick. Find out what you absolutely love and just go after it. Just full gas, go after the things that you want to do in life. There's really nothing holding you back. It's all mental, everything. It's a way of thought. And you need to wake up every morning and retrain that mind that you can do the things that you want to do in life. You can make these things happen. You can make more time. Remove can't from your vocabulary. I actually challenge all of you to go at least a week without saying the word can't. I can't be there. I can't do this. I can't make that happen. I don't have the time. Remove that from your vocabulary and exchange that with how can I? How can I make that happen? How can I do this? How can I get over it? How can I learn? It will help you, I promise you. It will very much so help you. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this one. I love these kind of talks. If you are new here, please do consider subscribing. My name is John. I do mostly BMW content, but sometimes I like to speak to you guys and talk about motivation, inspiration, and things that are working for me in my life. Make sure that you comment down below, hit that bell notification so you know every time that I upload a video, and make sure that you like this video. Just like that, this video is over, and I'm out. Peace.